To put real estate in some sort of context compared to other sectors of the economy, after energy supply, real estate requires the highest annual investment per year to try and finance that transition to net zero. But the really good news for real estate is that we largely have the technology we need to make that transition, unlike some sectors like agriculture or aviation, where the technology isn't quite there yet.
So we're not waiting for new developments, we're not waiting for sort of a breakthrough in tech.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there will be more to come, but largely I would say we have the tools we need to make the transition. We just need the capital to unlock it.
What is the benefit of going into a building and fixing what's already there rather than just knocking it down and starting again, literally from the foundations up?
I think the most simplistic answer to that question is that a lot of what we already have is fit for purpose, and it will be for many, many years to come. It simply needs some improvements made to help make it more operationally efficient. So if we were to start from scratch, it would be a bit of a waste, I think, of what we already have. If we were to knock down and start again, though, I think the real impact will be on our efforts to decarbonise. So that sort of almost 40% of greenhouse gas emissions I mentioned, almost 1/3 of that is attributed to embodied carbon. And embodied carbon is the carbon that gets emitted from building materials in the construction and development phase of real estate, from things like concrete, glass and steel.
And they're all really high carbon emitting materials.
True, yeah. And there's not a lot you can do about it once you've got the building completed. So really, I think the challenge is to make the best use of what we've got. Those resources are also valuable, and because I mentioned the built environment is still growing, those resources are going to need to be deployed into building that new space that'll be required to accommodate the 7 billion people by 2050 that will live in urban areas. So to put that into some context, that's roughly the equivalent of adding the floor plate of Paris every week.
Wow.
To the built environment. So that's about a 75% growth from what we have today until 2050.